Hi all. In today's lecture, we will be talking about the problems on binomial distribution. So you can see this question: out of 800 families with 4 children each, how many families would be expected to have two boys, two girls, at least one boy, at most two girls, children of both gender? So how will we do this problem? Let us go with the solution. So here, the total number of families, it is named as capital, which is 800, and you can see the number of children in this family is 4. So in this problem, you can note one thing. There is no such word like you have binomial distribution in any places. But still you can apply binomial distribution because we know the value of n. So here you can see the value of small n is 4, that is the number of children. So we can go with that. So you can see here, let x be the discrete random variable for birth of a boy. So why we are choosing this? Because this will determine what is the probability of success. So that means to choose p value. Okay, I mean to say the small p here. So we just defined x to be the random variable for birth of a boy. Then in this family, you can see you have boy and also you have girl. So what is the probability of boy here? That we can write as small p, which is going to be half. So I just defined the random variable to be half here. I'm sorry, random variable to be birth of a boy, which is going to be half here. What is q then? Q is nothing but the birth of girl, so which is 1 minus 1 by 2, which is going to be 1 by 2. So this is very clear for you, right? Now, what we could do, we could go with x, which is following the binomial distribution with the parameters n and p. Okay, so here we need n and p to work on binomial distribution. So here what is n? N is 4 and what is p? P is half. So x follows binomial distribution of 4 comma 1 by 2. Alright. Now you can see very well the probability mass function of binomial distribution is probability of x equal to x, which is ncx p power x q power n minus x. X runs from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. up to n, and probability of success plus failure equal to 1. So here, what will be your n? N is 4, 4cx, p is half power x, q is half power n minus x. What is n here again? N is 4, okay, 4 minus x. Therefore, you can see x runs from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and probability of success and failure sum is going to be 1. Okay, all right. Now we have defined this. Now let us go with this first question. What is the probability of two boys and two girls? That is probability of x equal to 2. Since we define the random variable for birth of a boy, we can take these two boys to be x equal to 2. Okay, right. Now you can just put it in the probability mass function, which is 4c2 half power 2 half power 4 minus 2, which will give you 4c2 half power 2 half power 2, and that's going to give you 4c2 half power 2 into 2 is here. I mean, half into half, 2 plus 2 is 4. So you can just find this answer. 4, you can see this calculator side, 4c 2 multiplied with half power 4. So you can see this answer, which is 3 by 8 or 0.375. But for 800 families, so it is n into probability of this x equal to 2, which is going to be n is 800 into 3 by 8. So that will give you 100 into 3, which is going to be 300. So out of 800 families, 300 families will have children with children exactly with two boys and two girls. Okay, so that is the case. That is the case, right? So this is the first question. Okay, we have finished this part. All right. Now let us go with at least one boy. So probability of at least one boy. At least means minimum one boy. So X defines the birth of a boy. Therefore, it is greater than or equal to one boy. That means there may be one boy, or two boys, or three boys, or four boys in the family. Okay, this is the meaning. All right. So I think this is clear for you. Now, if you want to find this, you will have to find in this way. Probability x equal to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, but that that's like quite long, which can also be written as 1 minus probability of which is missing in x value 0. So this part I could even write it as 1 minus probability of x less than 1. So x less than 1 here, this is the meaning of x equal to 0. So I could write in this way. So that is what I have done here. So we can just find 1 minus what is p of x equal to 0. You have to substitute it in this place. You can see here in this place. 4c 0 half power 0 half power 4 minus 0. Hope you can get this concept right. All right. So you can write 4c 0 half power 0 half power 4 minus 0. Okay. So what will be that answer? NC0 is going to be just 1. NCN is also going to be 1. You remember this rules. So this any num- number power 0 is going to be 1 again. So this part becomes 1. Okay, so need not write that. So you get only half power 4. Already you know what is half power 4. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 4 times 16. So that will give you 15 over 16. So for 800 families, you get n into probability of x greater equal to 1. It's going to be 800 multiplied with 15 by 16. So how many times it goes, you can see here in the calculator. 800 multiplied by 15 divided by 16. That will give you 750. Okay. So 750 children are there. Uh, 750 families are there with children of at least one boy or more than that. Okay, so that is the meaning, right? Great. Now we can go with the next question. What is the probability of at most two girls. So this is actually meant as probability of at least two boys. So what does it mean? Actually, at most in the sense it will be maximum two girls or less than two girls. That means you can have two girls or one girl or zero girls. If you have two girls, then obviously there will be two boys in there. If you have one girl, then three boys will be there. If you have zero girls, then four boys will be there. So this at most two girls, we define the random variable for x, for birth of a boy, which is going to be your random variable. So x is birth of a boy. So this part, that's the reason I wrote in this way. Probability of at most two girls is probability of at least two boys. So at least two boys means minimum two boys or more than two boys. That means probability of x equal to 2 or probability of x equal to 3 or probability of x equal to 4. So I have just not written or here, just wrote in terms of plus. So that will give you some clear idea. Already you know what is the uh, rule for this one. You can see here, this is 4cx half power x half power 4 minus x. So in this only we're gonna substitute. Okay. So once you understand this, it's going to be easy. Half 2 half power 4 minus 2 is 2 plus 4c3 half power 3 half power 4 minus 3, which is 1, plus 4c4 half power 4 half power 4 minus 4 is 0. So that will give you 4c2 half power 4 plus 4c3. Again, the powers you can see, since in the exponent the base is same, the powers gets added, so it is going to be 4 again. 4c4 here again half power 4, because half power 0 is 1. So you can pull out half power 4 outside and you can just write 4c2 plus 4c3 plus 4c4, and that will give you half power 4 is 1 power 4 by 2 power 4, which is 1 by 16. And this part we can use our calculator. 4, you can see here, 4c2 plus 4c3 plus 4c4, right? So what is the answer for that one? That is 11. So it is 11 over 16. So this is for 800 families. What will be the answer? For one family, you got the answer. So it is n into probability of at most two girls. N into probability of at most two girls. So it is going to be, what is n here? 800 into 11 by 16. So just multiply this. You got the answer, right? 11 by 800 into 11 by 16. So the answer is 550. So there are 550 families of uh, having at most two girls in each family. Okay, so that is the mean. So question number D: probability of children of both, one second, probability of children of both gender. Okay, we are supposed to find. That means probability of children of both gender means both, they may have boys as well as girls in that family. That means you can have this case because there are four children in there. There may be like one boy, three girls, or two boys, two girls, or three girls, four, not four girls, or one girl, three boys. Okay, like this it goes on. But you should keep in mind there should not be four girls or four boys. This is not possible here in this place. So we have to exclude from this combination, we are going to exclude this particular part. So what should we do here? Then We will write this as, give me a minute, yeah, 1 minus probability of children of same gender. So 1 minus probability of children of same gender means, what does it mean here exactly? Since x is the probable random variable for birth of a boy, suppose if all are girls, then x is going to be 0, or if all are boys, x is going to be 4. That will reflect in probability of x equal to 0 plus probability of x equal to 4. So what does it mean? 1 minus, you know this, let me write it somewhere here. 4cx half power x half power 4 minus x. In this only we're gonna substitute, right? So 4c0 half power 0 half power 4 minus 0, that is 4. 4c4 half power 4 half power 4 minus 4, that is 0. So that clearly says here, like, this is half power 4 plus this is also half power 4. Why? Because we know 4c0 is 1, 4c4 is 1, half power 0 is 1. Okay, so all these terms are 1. So that's the reason you get only half power 4 in both the terms, and that will be giving you 2 times half power 4, which is 2 into 1 by 16. So it gets cancelled with 8 term. So it is like 8. So you have 1 minus 1 by 8. So I think this calculation is clear. So it is 7 over 8. So for one family, we got this answer. For 800 families, we have n into probability of children of both gender, right? So which is 800 into 7 by 8. So what is 8 into 7 by 8? You can just cancel this 100, so which is 700 families. So there are 700 families where uh, there are both boys and girls in those families. Okay, so that is the end of this problem. I think you are very clear. Thank you.